All right, I'm back. I can't wait to get a real keyboard. But I'm patient. Very patient. Boy. So indeed, emotions, severe emotional dysregulation indeed manifests itself as physical symptoms. Exactly like the DSM-5 identifies it to do. I wonder if Xi Jinping ever even heard of the DSM-5. I'm sure he has. I wonder if he even gave it any credit or care. I bet this Nazi dictator bitch, little pussy ass doctor, Xi Jinping, I bet he was like, emotions are for the weak and unintelligent. I show you more superiority without emotion. You watch. You just watch. American Christian, I'll show you just how stupid emotions are. Ha 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 ha. Bitch. I prove you wrong all day long, every day, in every way, motherfucker. And I'm showing you right now. That DSM-5 is, I think, way more important than any neurology manual on the planet. And this neurologist is completely batshit backwards. The DSM-5 is for little pussies and weaklings. This book of neurology, this is where the real men are. Bullshit, the psychiatrists are the men. You're a little pussy, and the psychologist are at least that stopgap in between. But you don't even. I asked you about a psychologist indirectly, not knowing the term psychology, but I asked you about a psychologist and a psychiatrist. And you told me, get out of my office and never come back! All right, then I guess my only option is suicide because that's exactly how I feel right now. Good, go ahead and do it. Hurry up and get it done. Oh, wait a minute. That makes no sense because I was here to tell you about this symptom. That was part of our agreement. You get out of here right now. I'll call the police. And like I said, I was terrified of the police and still am, but in a different way. But at that point, I still thought the police were good people. And I genuinely having this bad person, innocent person complex. Again, because these police are supposed to be out there protecting me from the pedophiles. And again, everything on this planetary experience that is Joshua has said, they're wrong. They're not there to protect you, Joshua. You're wrong. They are not there to help you. And I was right. But again, society says, no, the police are there to protect you. The police have got your back. They fucking hurt you. The police are going to make sure they hurt them back for hurting you so you don't have to get revenge and do it yourself. But in my head, I'm saying my reality, wisdom, knowledge, experience tells me the exact opposite. I bring this up, and the Gestapo just, he's under arrest, correct? Officer, hold him down. Here comes that psychotropic. Not shitting you guys. You're a bunch of damn Nazis, man. Bunch of damn Nazis. I'm together. Let's sing something else. Let's, I want to be your dominated love slave. I want to be the one who takes the pain. You can spank me when I do not behave. Slap me in the forehead with a chain. I love feeling dirty. I love feeling cheap. And I love it when you hurt me. So drive them staples deep. I want you to slap me and call me naughty. Put a belt sander against my skin. Want to feel pain all over my body. Can't wait to be punished for my sin. I love feeling dirty. And I love feeling cheap. And I love it when you hurt me. So drive staples deep. That's what it is. I become an excellent performance artist wearing this mask of normalcy. It's no wonder nobody can get along with me and they don't understand me. Because I couldn't do it myself until I got over this Nazi, communist, Marxist message that my abuse is my fault. Any damage caused by the abuse to me is also my fault. And always has been and always will be my fault. Never your fault, never the pedophile's fault, never the police officer's fault, never the policymaker's fault. No. Your fault. But I was a baby. Just should have been a little fucking tougher, huh? Wait a minute. What about the vulnerability? Vulnerability is for weaklings. Bitch, look what I fucking made you do at your fucking desk in a professional setting as a specialist doctor of neurology. I made you fucking piss yourself. Proverbially. That, what they call it, the deer in the headlights? Like I said, I had never actually seen that response come from somebody that legally prestigious. I've never seen that fucking reaction, and like I said, it's taken me a decade to process that reaction into reality because it was so unexpected. I was totally expecting this doctor to be like, all right, start taking this medication, and I'm going to refer you to this other specialist. That's what I was expecting when I walked in there. What did I get? Get out of the house and don't come back! Tell me vulnerability is a symptom of the weak. Again, bitch. And this time, I will pull my dick out and urinate in your face. Faggot. And I mean it. For real, what I just fucking said. You do that to me again, you Nazi Chinese doctor? And I will fucking get my phone out. If I got time to react, get it on that fucking selfie stick, point it, pull my fucking penis out, fucking slam your goddamn face into the fucking floor and piss all over it. And then just smile and walk away. And see if you do anything about it, bitch. And when you do, I'm going to bring up the reason why I pulled out my penis and urinated in your face, bitch. And then we'll let the media and the public decide who got what they deserved. You did, faggot. Oh, there's that lip puckering thing again. That's half conscious and half not. And I think that's just because I'm severely self-aware and hypervigilant. To be honest with you, I think if I wasn't like that, I'd be doing that and not catching it. Therefore, it would be a subconscious tick. And it still is. I'm just consciously noticing it in real time. I think that's... And that ability, I think, is really what's fucking me also on getting the medication. It's really hard to convince a doctor You got a brain disease when you're so good at acting like you don't. But think about it. That's what I've had to dedicate my entire life from the moment I was able to contemplate emotional bond, connection, society, family, love, friendship, attachment, all that. From the moment that was conceptualized in my brain, I've had to spend nonstop 150% of 150% of my time acting normal. Paying attention to nothing but the way you're reacting to me so that I know how to adjust how I'm acting to the way you're reacting to me. I've spent my entire life up into very, very recently doing this 24/7 a day, even when I'm isolated. And I still, like I said, it's a mental disease. I still have ticks and traits of it from the chronic illness popping up all the fucking time. And all I can do is just remain aware of it, quell the symptoms if it's appropriate, and find out why I couldn't quell with them if it didn't work. And just try again and again and again and again and again, like a retard does. But wow, man, I need to stop breathing my fucking drink and coffee. But there goes that other thought. Oh well, maybe it'll come back. And until then, I see no reason not to fucking. It ain't not the same as actually like getting a full effect off of it, but it still does ease the effect. And gets my eyes bloodshot, which means it's doing something to my body, and that might really be where some of this marijuana, synthetic cannabis might really be coming in. Because like I said, even if I'm not getting high, I've noticed that my body movement disorder straightens itself out. And I think that's because the sedative effects work like they're supposed to. I mean, because like I said, I'm not getting dopamine releases. I'm not getting euphoria much of the time. But I am able to go to bed and sleep sometimes avoiding seizures. I am able to get sleepy during the day, go take naps. I am able to actually get to the point where I experience my chronic fatigue syndrome in real time instead of just as a passive maintenance thought process. So that's what I'm saying. My brain is overactive and worrying about what everybody else is thinking about me, even when I'm by myself. And the processes that I really need to be thinking about, like, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do next week? What am I going to do next month? What am I going to do next year? What am I going to do next decade? I don't have the capacity to organize that fracture in this mental state. This actually fucking helps because it calms down part of the brain so that overactivity doesn't go into this part of my body, and then I have to pay attention to this part of my body to act normal in front of everybody, even when I'm not around everybody, because it's a mental disease that's been ingrained to me. Always watch how you're acting and watch how other people are reacting to the way you are acting. So it's never about what's really going on with me. It's always about how I'm being perceived by everyone around me. That's it. I think I just hit the fucking nail on the head right there. I really do. I really think I fucking just hit the goddamn God bless the nail on the head. Right there. That's why I love these videos, because I can just let that go and watch it later. I don't have to sit there. What did I just fucking remember? And sit there and spend 3 or 5 minutes to remember fucking 30 seconds ago. Totally capable of doing it nonstop. But that's just another 5 fucking minutes of my life wasted trying to recall a thought that I just fucking had. God bless the cameras and everything else. And fuck those doctors to hell. See, like I said, it's not like I'm excited. It's not like I want to do this. It's more like just, man, I'm exhausted. I need to feel that exhaustion to put it into proper perspective so that my mental disorder can accept those sensations and change something. That's medication. That's balancing. It's mood stabilization. That's not partying and getting high and trying to get a fucking dopamine rush. It's actually the exact opposite. It's accepting the fact that I don't have enough dopamine system left to ever feel naturally happy, and so I just accept reality and handle it in a manly way. And look how much work goes into just taking one hit. That's not the way party seekers do it. Party seekers roll all their shit up into fucking premeditated doses so that they can just keep partying without panic. Me, I'm so panicked I can't party. It is what it is, right? So really, when I tell a doctor back in the day when they said benzodiazepine, I'm like, that sounds really familiar. Yeah, it's what's in a Xanax, and I heard that, and when I heard that, I think a doctor saw that deer in the headlight look in me. He saw my eyes go whoop. He saw my pupils dilate. Look, this is the difference between a good doctor and a bad doctor right here. This is awesome. Bad doctor. Take that situation and let's step outside of it for a moment. All right. This 13, 14 years ago, one of my first inpatient mental hospital stays due to the seizure or the seizure suicide abandonment issue. They actually did their research. They actually did look up my history and interview me, talk to me, find out that, yeah, I'm a 5-category hardcore child abuse survivor. But, you know, we didn't even talk about autism because we have so many other things to focus on. Autism is just a root cause that can never be changed. It can only be maintained. These other problems can actually be solved, and then, you know, it was being solved, they are maintained. You know, the solution to that is maintenance, and the maintenance to this is the solution. They got it all fucking backwards. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the ADHD and the autism didn't even really pop up. Wasn't even but it really should have been, because it should have been all inclusive. So this is where improvement could be. But where they did good doctor was this: when they saw my pupils dilate, a bad doctor like Dr. Xi Jinping would have saw my pupils dilate, and his first and only instinct would have been, oh, he's addicted to that, to benzodiazepine. He's got a substance abuse disorder and a withdrawal syndrome. That's the only thing it could be. It could never be anything else. But a benzodiazepine addiction, dependency, and withdrawal syndrome. The doctor has spoken. Your prescription? Suicide. When I had that, what was legitimately a panic attack seizure, when I heard the word Xanax, come out of that mouth and I just got prescribed it? The good doctor did this. Not only did he not call me an addict and take the pills away the moment I had that seizure, that petite ball seizure right there, and then try to punish me, cause me harm and abandonment, thinking I just use and abuse all day, even though I'd never even taken a single dose of benzodiazepine in my entire life. See the difference between a bad doctor and a good doctor? I'd never even taken a benzo in my life. The doctor would have saw that panic attack seizure from my socialized anxiety disorder and the government criminalizing medication. And he would have just, like a lamb to the slaughter, like a Nazi gassing a Jew. He would have been like, rehab. And I'd have been like, for what? For benzodiazepine addiction. I told you, what I feel is recreational, but is obviously medicinal. Use marijuana as a mood stabilizer. Mood stabilizer? What the fuck you talking about? Mood need no stabilization. You just handle that shit. Well, most people can, but I've got a brain disease. I have a disease. I'm disabled. I don't have a complete brain. Lots of my brain is missing. I am a retard. No, you just addict. You just trying to get me write you prescription. That's all you ever do. No, I'm not kidding. Please. Just solve my problems. I don't even want the medication. Just fix it. Come on, I've had clean drug screens for the last 3 or 4 months. Please, just fix it. I don't know how you do it, but you're good. You're really good. Get out of here and never come back. Suicide is your only option. Why? Because you're a benzo addict and you won't go through rehab. Okay, that good doctor saw my pupil dilate, saw me go catatonic, have a petite ball seizure right there in front of him, a panic attack, PAD, panic attack disorder. He would have seen the exact opposite as his first reaction in a psychiatric ward. He wouldn't have been like, this guy's a benzo addict, pills, trying to get high. You know, and if he can't, he's going to go through withdrawals. No. This guy saw that and was like, psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. Here's even more benzodiazepine for even longer. But again, they didn't straighten out the damage already done from the previous encounters with the health community. Okay? They never fixed that original shame of the word Xanax. You hear that word Xanax or benzodiazepine, and normal people just go batshit crazy and have panic attacks over a medication. Normal people have anxiety disorder over a medication that I require to solve my anxiety disorder, therefore making it literally a lifelong journey of impossibility to get even one fucking dose legally. Even though I've been right all along. Why? Because the police protect pedophiles. I'll say it again. The judges protect the police that protect the pedophiles. And the doctors are in on the whole game because they're, again, just an indoctrination station. Emotion has no use here. Bullshit, emotion is causing my fucking seizures. You'll never be able to prove that. Yes, if I get that at EEG, I can prove it. You crazy. No, I'm just poor and disabled. If I had the money and the capacity to go get that EEG, You'd never win a lawsuit against me for malpractice. I think that's where it really boils down to. If I got the right medication legally, I could improve so rapidly, so easily, without side effects, because all these are really side effects of not being treated, to be honest with you, at this point in life. I could improve so rapidly and accomplish so much in such a little time and still have this superior intelligence, but empathetic retardation as well. I mean, oh, wow. And he wants me to kill myself. Because emotion has no meaning here. Why? Oh, because I say so. Well, who gives you that right? Government does. Who gives government that right? Government does. Who gives that government the government right? Government does. Who gives that government? This is America. It don't work that way, bitch. That's why we have the Second Amendment and the First Amendment. Amen? Is to keep Chinese doctors like that in China where they belong. Oh, not in America, where they're out to cost us millions, harming the most intelligent, potent, and precious of us all. And that's me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Jim Ward, Dr. Pan, Todd Sears. I demand you prove me wrong, bitch. And until then, go suck a dick, faggot. But not mine, because it's mine. I ain't letting nobody else molest it but me. I'm the only one who gets to molest my penis. I take that back. I've been sexually molested in the mental hospital. Legally sexually molested as a child abuse, sexual sodomy survivor, and surgery survivor. They couldn't get a urine sample from me right away because I'm dehydrated and panic attack disorder and everything else. And they're just batshit obsessed with getting that urine sample. I'm like, why? It's gotta be clean anyway. Bullshit. It ain't gonna be clean. You want to make a bet? $100. In fact, $1,000. My whole fucking next deposit. The drug's going to be clean. It don't matter. I ain't allowed to believe you. Whoa! Wait a minute. You're not allowed to believe me? What the hell is this patient-doctor relationship supposed to be about? Oh, wait, you're Nazi. Or Chinese. My bad. Whatever, the same thing. They really are. Fucking same thing. Fucking the Chinese are Nazis. It is what it is. Discussion. Come on. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it sure is. It's all poison. It really is. It is the real cause of mental illness. I think that child abuse causes brain disease, and the medical industry causes not emotional disorder. Fragmented thought again. Medical university. Mental illness. That was it. Let's see. Yeah. Abuse creates brain disease. Yeah, I think that's a good way. Oh, and guess what else I almost never do? Spell checker. I'm over here sometimes doing 12, 15, and 22 letter friggin' words out of psychiatry and neurology, and double checking on them, spelling them right almost every time. And when I don't spell them right, I may not be able to remember exactly where the error is, but I know I didn't spell it right, and everything will bother the fucking shit out of me until I either stop and look it up or just put a little asterisk and just move on and just let you guys fucking deal with it. Stop trying to be such a damn OCD perfectionist. And it works, but it lowers my professionalism. However, in a way, it raises my professionalism because I'm accepting of my condition, and that right there is the most professional thing one could do with themselves on this planet. For me not to would actually be the most unprofessional thing, because then I would be living that lie. I would still be putting that mask on. I'd still be acting nonstop in front of everybody all day, always watching the way they're watching me, watching them. I fucking turn that mask off now. No shame, no guilt, nothing but pride. And I mean that, nothing but pride. The only way I'm solving this bipolarism is by admitting that I am good. I have become good. They are bad. You might be bad. And until you prove yourself otherwise, the only one I believe is me. Like that, walk a lonely road. And see, just a little shake. Did you understand what I just fucking did? I just took damn near 16 ounces, fluid ounces, of double up, as dark roast as I could get for my money, coffee with almost no sugar. I think I got that much sugar in this entire bottle, just to add a little sweet, take the edge off, a little balance. And you see me, I just barely got a little shake from the actual physical neurologic adjustment of the caffeine. But look at me. The inside of me is already feeling calmer, and it works so interesting. So it's not a very long lasting, but it worked. It's so weird. It's like the marijuana is a conscious change of sensation. This isn't a conscious change of sensation. It's something else inside. Something else inside. In fact, oh my God, I almost drank half another cup. That's fucking up in the 24 fluid ounces in a matter of 2.5 minutes. And I guess what I'm doing, the more I drink it, the more I'm reaching for it. And the more I'm looking at how much I got left in that bottle, and the more my instinct is to get up, go ahead and make me another bottle and get it ready. And why? Because I've been doing that with marijuana since I was 19. Why? Because when I finally got diagnosed, I was told what I was doing was wrong. The right way is not the right way because the pills are bad. But if I'm bad, how can the pills be bad unless we're both bad? And if we're both bad, how can both of us bads be good? Oh, you're just crazy because you're smoking marijuana. Yeah, again, but I stopped a couple months ago. Yeah, but you smoked so long in the past, you're permanently fried. Oh, that's it, Dr. Pan. I can't take the stigma anymore. I can't take the stigma anymore, Dr. Pan. When are you gonna shut the fuck up with your Nazism and start being a fucking doctor? When are you gonna stop being a fucking racist, Dr. Pan? It is what it is. Well, that's the other problem. Oh, so much energy. And now I just feel empty. So, what do? I'm going to take another hit. I don't want to feel empty. Oh, but you addict! Go take that other hit. What do you mean? I fucking took a fucking half hit of fucking reburn shit after 2 days of easily complacent sobriety with no withdrawal. And I go for a second hit that's going to take a lot of work and energy and not be very satisfying. And I don't have very much left. I got this little tiny bit left, and I'm not planning on replacing it. I would say that's actually the opposite of addiction. That is understanding the temporary need for something, the ability to adjust, learn, adapt, and move on. That's what I'm doing. I'm learned, I'm adapting, and I'm heading over to get me some fucking Xanax from the store with pride. Or die trying. I want the right to buy Xanax on demand. All I want all day, every day from any store that sells it without the single slightest little bit of a weird look. If I get so much as a weird look, I should have the right to say they just had a panic attack. They might have a seizure disorder or anxiety disorder. I think they need to be Baker acted. They might be bipolar as well. And if anybody's at this point is going to be one of the best indicators capable of a Baker Act necessity in the future, it'd be me. But because it's happened to me so many times, I'm going to be the exact last one they listen to, even though I really am one of the most experienced and should be the first ones to be listened to. Nazis, man, indoctrination station, public education. Why do you think homeschooling and private education is worth its weight in gold? China fucking committed suicide a long time ago. When that doctor had that panic attack in front of me, I'd have committed suicide over his emotional instability. But because my foundation was repaired in such a potent way, I said, wait a minute. I have rights as well, and you have violated them. I'm too retarded to figure this out right now. But 10 years from now, maybe 20 years, I'll have this solved. And then I'll come back and get justice. That's what's happening right now while watching it. And guess what? I'm getting to sit here and fucking get high off of instead of cannabis right in front of you talking about this doctor. Calling him a Nazi. And again, at this point, I am so right. And I've got so much evidence everywhere. Like I said, a spider spinning his web, starting out with his first couple of lines and then working its way around to the center. And then just being able to sit back and let everything else fall into his trap. Like a spider, I got eyes in the back of my head. I got 8 eyes around my fucking skull. They might not see detail, but they sure fuck detect light and dark and movement. Just like a fucking spider. Oh man, I'm really fucking digging spiders, man. Like for real. Like, and I already knew I have, but I just I'm still liberating to just accept it instead of being like, well, people are normally creeped out by spiders, and everybody's going to think that I'm a weirdo because I'm the opposite of being creeped out by a spider. I actually love the hell out of them. So I need to pretend or maybe convince myself not to like spiders. But like I said, at this point in life, I'm like, no. I love spiders almost as much as I love humans. And there ain't a fucking shit thing you can do about it except deal with it, bitch. It's a celebration. And like I said, I'm sitting here getting to get high, surrounded by all my electronics and the safety and security of 20 acres. That's mine, even though the officers literally have a fucking search warrant out for my arrest. They could show up any moment. Knock on my door. I don't even think they have to knock on the door anymore. They just have to prove that I was inside avoiding them to burn my place to the ground and drag me out of here, homeless, into the prison system. Because my brother failed to show up to take my disabled ass to court. This fucking disabilities act fucking shit. I tried my best to utilize, and they do they exist? That's why I held onto that piece of paper and why I got it on video. So that I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not amnesia or making shit up. No, I indeed got a piece of paper in the mail that said if you have disabilities and require assistance to get to court on time, contact us. These are the parameters we're contacting. I did that. Exactly by the rules. And to this day, I got a warrant out for my arrest, but I still ain't heard from this disabilities compensation act thing. Not a fucking thing, but I got a warrant out for my arrest. So you know what? Oh, and look at this defiance. I'm ordering me some more drugs on demand. Have it delivered. Fuck y'all niggas. God damn it. Sorry. All right. Again, when I say sorry, I'm not apologetic. I'm genuinely sorry. That was a tick. That was a slip and seizure. And it was emotionally based. Like I said, to the point of I becoming an activist against racism. Because before all this fucking crazy shit, it didn't matter. It didn't mean nothing to me. Because to me, racism didn't really exist. It was just a propaganda. And it still really is. But I have to be a propaganda, a catalyst for change, so I have to be an activist. That's just the way politics and social media in the modern society works. You just, again, you got to be open-minded and adaptive and flexible and able to intelligent and change if you want your superiority respected. Like I said, I'm not sitting here saying I just stepped here today, respect me. No, I'm saying I've been here dealing with this since birth. I'm 39. Respect me. And if you don't, will you at least allow me the opportunity to provide a source for you to respect me? Oh, you won't? Oh. Well, then I ain't got no use for you except as a taxpayer to pay my bills. Have a nice day. But guess what? Like I said, your taxpayer dollars. Well, then that's odd. My fucking contacts just disappeared. I don't care. There's more than one way to do this. And I ain't like it. That's so cool. I ain't got to talk. I can just type. Yeah. could. But see, I'm saying I could use some more. I'm not saying I need some. I'm not even telling them to bring it. I'm just saying, hey, I could use some more. But you see what I did to try to be fair and rational about this whole thing? I made sure I went 2 days without it before even thinking about asking for some more. Just as a sort of regulation. I go a little too much today, I'll go without it tomorrow. And it really does help balancing, and it helps me with any emotional dysregulation and sense of guilt or shame for using it too fast. There is no using it too fast or too slow with the synthetic cannabis and even regular marijuana. This is really a dynamic substance. It's an as needed. It's not doing enough, smoke some more. It did too much, back off and let it ease up. And that's why they, like I said, the moment they realized its ability, overnight they felonized it. Because they really don't want people having access to medication without going through the what do they call it? The addict lockup. Basically what they're doing is they're saying everyone is an addict by default, and until you prove that you are not an addict through clinical examination, you don't deserve medicine. Why? Because the risk of addiction is there. Yeah, but there's risk in driving, there's risk in swimming. Yes, but this is a risk we can control. Well, so is everything else. We know that's why we're trying to become Nazi communists. We just don't tell nobody. What the fuck you talking about? Don't tell nobody. Everyone fucking sees this fucking shit, except the fucking psychopaths. And guess what? Like I said, they fuel their independence and addiction. And then we got people like me that are out to stop this terrorism. And they put psychotropics into me instead of anti-anxiety. And they give these psychotics anti-anxiety instead of antipsychotic medication. You would think it might be on purpose, huh? Oh no, but that's paranoid. Delusional. Reality. No, that's outside the box. Careful thinking. And that's open-mindedness. And a sense of self-preservation, bitch. That's what that is. That ain't paranoia. You just call it that so that you have a reason to bake rack me and hit me with that psychotropic and knock me out of my mind. Like I said, I've been there too many times as a man who just sits back, lets them beat the fucking shit out of me, and just reports it and analyzes it into an algorithm to tear apart later and then retaliate if it seems justified. Judge Ward, Todd Sears, Shiju Pan, and any of the other fucking doctors in any of these other fucking hospitals that I can fucking get their fucking records and collections from. We're going to court. 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 Or I'm going to die trying. It is what it is. Oh, but I'm an addict because I can't put this shit down. Bullshit. I took one hit a while ago. Had a thought of taking another hit for some fun, to play around. And even that whole process just, I didn't even load the fucking bowl. I didn't fucking load the product in the fucking shipping container. You know what I mean? But I'm an addict, right? Look, I'll show you what an addict does. Fucking need it. Watch this. I'll fucking sit here and fucking cancel this fucking message. Hell, never mind. But no, I'm not going to do that because actually that's going to fuck with him. Because the one thing he wants to see from me in the long run is stability. And if I were to sit there and start flipping back and forth like that, he's going to be like, oh, he's having another episode. And he'd be right. I'd be having another fucking mental breakdown. And it's because I have a disease, and it's called socialized anxiety disorder. I'm so afraid of owing everybody everything nonstop, but all I can do is just try to act normal. And all I can do is study you, studying me to know how to act normal. Like I said, a bad doctor, see my pupils dilate, and be like, oh, he's withdrawal from benzodiazepine addiction. A good doctor would have been like, oh, he's never had a benzodiazepine in his life. He just heard the word Xanax, and it scared the shit out of him. Why? Because the word Xanax scares the shit out of normal people. I'm not a normal person. That's why, at this point, Xanax, alprazolam, benzodiazepine flow out of my mouth as casual conversation. Why? Because that's exactly what a benzodiazepine is. It's casual conversation. It's the Nazi and the programming that creates this intense social panic and fear over medication, over health, over good health. And the best way to do that? Say that the crazy people are crazy because of their own doing. And until they stop being crazy, it's still their own doing. And if they never stop being crazy, it's still their own doing. They come for me for help, and I write down their symptoms, and I give them the required medication. If they don't improve, well, then again, they're a bad person. Okay, so I'm a bad person, so give me the pill to make me a good person. Oh, no, but it's a bad pill. Okay, I've heard that before, doc. That's why I'm scared to fucking shit that shit out of even trying a single dose. Because I'm afraid I'll take one dose, and I'm off in La La Land, never coming back. I think I said that to that doctor, too, like that. And the doctor was just like, well, be careful with it. In the right direction, just still left me without a follow-up plan and still left me with that guilt, shame complex, unhandled in any way, shape, or form. In fact, the fact that he just handed it to me with what I've been looking for now, but now that I've got this ability to handle that medication, I can't get what they were handing to me when I really didn't need to be handing it to me like that. What the fuck? If I wouldn't have been fucking panic attack, mental disease induced over the word Xanax and benzodiazepine because of the fear propaganda from the terrorist Nazi regime, then I would have taken that medication, taken it home, used it as prescribed, benefited from it, come back to see him, followed up, and continued my care. Instead, I felt horrible and self-hatred every time I forced myself to swallow one of those pills to stop some seizures and get some sleep. Now it's the opposite. I understand reality, and I desperately am ready for that medication to stop my seizures and so I can sleep. Where's that 90-day supply of 4 milligrams a day? Without the hatred and the everything else. I can't even get one dose now. And I'm more in a position, like I said, to be just handed it and sent home than I've ever been. But when I was in the worst position for that, they were handing it to me like candy. They weren't wrong with that. They should have handed it to me like candy at that point. What they were wrong with, though, is, again, not making sure that I understood the medication isn't bad, and neither am I. It's that other doctor that was bad. They never straightened that out for me, though, and it took me up until just recently in life to finally get it all solved. And it took nothing but me just going to that damn mental hospital 14, 15 fucking times in the last 10 years to do it. I had to just straight up face my fucking agoraphobic fear 14, 15 fucking times to get to this point. You want to call me the weakling? Call me a little pussy? Want to call me fucking unintelligent, especially when it comes to emotions? Like I said, my intelligence on emotions and awareness is up into the genius category, and I beg another human to prove me wrong. Oh, man, I really need to eat. But I don't even care. It's, 10:30 in the morning now? Almost. Oh, man. Oh. That's another good thing about coffee. Oh, it can get me up off my ass and get my body to shake off some of this, again, chronic fatigue, because I'm just literally sitting here for days at a time now, studying and researching, so I gotta move the gravity around on my body, or it's just too much on my lower back and shit. Ugh. But I might not have that physical motivation to start moving around in this positive manner. It would have been more like a nervous tick if it wasn't for the caffeine. So again, you can't tell me caffeine has no medicinal value in an ADHD situation like mine. Oh, but I really do need to stop and eat. Oh, look at me, I'm getting faster. Woo! Talk about some survival skills. Rah! In fact, I'll be honest with you humans. You want to know another really good thing about smoking cannabis? It actually gives me a little bit of an appetite. So my anxiety problems of what do you call it? Not amnesia, not agoraphobia. Malnutrition is a form of malnutrition. When ladies vomit to keep from getting fat. Purging, whatever you call it. Fuck off. Anyway, yeah. My anxiety disorder is so bad. I sometimes go a day or two without food just to try to calm me down a little bit, because if I eat the food, I start to shh. And they've watched this happen in the emergency room before. I've gone a couple of days without food, homeless, and I go to the emergency room, and I'll literally start having seizures while I'm eating, because my body is taking so much energy to process this food, and there's so little calories left that I'm just literally just, woo! And it happened more often than not back in the day, and now, I need to fucking eat something. Oh, anyway, like I said, that's a good thing about this stuff, is it can help with this. They can actually give me a bit of an appetite, or at least reduce the taste, nerve sensation, so at least it's not so sensational taking a little bite out of a little piece of food. If that makes any sense to you at all. Should I end the stream or keep going? We'll keep going. awesome. Man. I really do got a real tick disorder. Tick disorder. I just was so awesome at controlling it because I just spent so much attention to the way my body reacts to others around me. But like I said, it's gone on so long, I can't take it anymore. I can't handle all of it all at once. I'm not a young spring chicken no more. I'm an old geezer. So please, 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 can I please just stop being called a malingerer? Nope. Because the minute you admit I'm not a malingerer, you give credit to everything I've ever been through, and you discredit everything you've ever done to me, or you don't dare take responsibility for your actions. No, you'd rather just continue to harm me. Remember when I was talking about that superiority complex narcissism? And I believe that we have an insane amount of schizophrenic doctors putting their delusional judgments on actual bipolar cases. The last thing in the world you ever need on this planet is a schizophrenic giving a borderline or bipolar advice. And it's even worse with a disassociate. Because a disassociate, they're just lucky if they don't just shut all that shit off, beat your fucking face in. And then just, I must have had a seizure. I don't even remember that fucking shit. And with a fucking condition I've got, I could probably get away with it. I don't want to. I got about now, and now that I fucking figured that out that I could, now if it ever does happen, they could use this as validity to say that, oh, I planned this all along. Oh, you guys, like I said, though, because the moment they admit any kind of fault, they give complete credit to me and complete, fuck it, they didn't, that's why I need that BEEG, so I can go to court and win some medical malpractice lawsuits. That's it. I don't even want the BEEG to go get fucking a prescription. I want that BEEG so I can go to court for medical malpractice. Once I'm done with the medical malpractice, then I will use my newly determined rights and freedoms and liberties and responsibilities to go walk down to that store with some cash. And walk out of there with a container of medication that I have been desperate to get for 15 fucking years or more. Until then, substance use disorder. You might be right. Substance use disorder. But it's your fault, not mine. You had medicated and treated me correctly at the beginning, this wouldn't even exist. This disorder wouldn't even exist. This disorder you created. That's what I was saying. I started this with seizures, anxiety, and sleep disturbances. They're trying to finish it with antipsychotics and a prison sentence. You understand what I just said? Why? Because of the way they treat addicts. They don't treat addiction as a victimed mental disorder. They treat addiction as you did it to yourself. It's up to you by yourself to solve. That's kind of the way they treated me. All of your problems are all your fault, and so it's completely up to you to solve. All right, fine. Here's some money, Dr. Pan. Now I am. You know what I'm saying? I am solving my problem. I am paying you, the professional specialist neurologist doctor, to get my seizures, sleep, and anxiety in order. Because they're all related. I'm just talking about emotions. Yeah. Aren't you a doctor, a specialist at that? Or does specialist mean you're looking through a little pinhole and you can't see the big picture? That's an interesting train of thought right there, ain't it, guys and gals? Like I said, we got too many schizophrenics telling the borderlines what to do. They're going to push the buttons of the wrong disassociate and they're going to get murdered. It is what it is. They push the buttons of the wrong bipolar personality and they're going to end up in court and owing money and possibly prison time. That's the difference on that spectrum. Schizophrenics don't even have the capacity to know they're crazy without somebody else telling them they're crazy and then having to do a lot of work on that craziness to accept it for real. Whereas the bipolars are the exact opposite. The exact opposite. We know we are crazy. We are so self-aware of being crazy that we alter the way we act nonstop to keep you from knowing that we are crazy until it's too late. And at that point, it doesn't matter anymore because just like we get abandoned, we'll abandon you and move on to the next set of social support. And so we just put the mask back on until it wears off. We give up on them because they gave up on us or me, our types. And we move on to the next. But we're totally self-aware, totally based in reality. We don't need anybody telling us that we're crazy. We already know and are so aware. We watch you watching us so we don't set you off. So that you don't set us off. And then it just cycles and cycles and cycles and cycles and cycles into socialized anxiety disorder until it's like you're being watched 24/7, even when you're alone. Then you get sleep disorders and they go unrecognized. And it's all complex post-traumatic stress disorder from child abuse. But that doctor said I'm a bad person and that's a bad pill and I did it to myself. And until I fix it, it's all my fault and I have to pay for it. So I did. I paid for it. I gave him money to fix it and ain't nothing to fix it. Why? Because there was nothing to fix. Only symptoms to treat. To medicate at that point as well. I mean, yes. Cognitive behavioral therapy and everything. I would have probably never have had to work through all that if I had just took those benzos like I was told. Done so well, gone back, just took them again. I just gave up on the whole process and got me another job and forgot about all my other problems and created a new future. That wasn't God's plan for my life. His plan was for me to have this solved full circle for everyone on this planet before I get my first real, goal-oriented prescription of benzodiazepine to properly treat this well-documented disease. And now I've got the equipment and a laboratory to record, evaluate, and share. So no one can say that I don't know that I'm not crazy. And that right there is why I am so much of a genius and emotionally intelligent. And that right there is the black and white divide between schizophrenics and bipolars. And that's why the schizophrenics seem to get in those power positions, because they have this delusional belief that they deserve it, whereas the bipolars understand reality, hierarchy, and place. But what blows our minds is when we pay a professional, especially when it comes to mental and neurological disorders, we're expecting this professional to have already been able to pass all kinds of psychiatric evaluations before this person should ever have any right to ever do anything in this field. They should be able to pass all of these, or at least, like me, have shown that I used the fact that I can't pass it as a way to reprogram a new way to solve it. And that right there validates me into the study. But it doesn't work that way. And it should. But now, like I said, they didn't let me have it. So I created it myself. And out of love for what's been given to me, all I want to do is give it back to you to put that damn Chinese Nazi doctor, witch doctor, in his place, which is straight on his path to hell in front of the public eyes for everyone to see. I want everyone to see this fucking Dr. Pan with that deer in the headlight look and this panic attack as he's sitting at his desk with his doctorate degree, being paid hourly as a profession, with authority of our government to make decisions on who gets what kind of medication, when and if they need to go to the mental hospital or not. Where's the mental health examination for the mental health examiners? Where is it? It's right here. And one of these days, I wonder if I can implement a disabled policy of no neurologist, psychiatrist, or psychologist is ever allowed to make a single independent decision. Ever. It always has to be approved by two independent doctors and you before they have the authority to choose to use for you. If that can't be done, like I said, they have to just put their hands up and let you go to the store and take care of yourself. Or spend the time and resources to find that other doctor for a second, or allow you to do all this and then just reimburse you because you have a disability. It's really the way it needs to be. Let the patient, free access, disabled, especially mentally ill and child abuse victims, free access to psychiatric treatment anywhere of any kind, but charge appropriate prices that you would charge normal people for, but it's exclusively paid for by the taxpayers. A bill is never sent to a disabled child abuse victim. Ever. And the child abuse victim gets complete choice on how to spend or use that ability to spend that taxpayer money on health care. They can't go buy some fucking marijuana with that part of the budget and say, it's medicine. That's pharmacological end use. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like situations like mine where I'm already millions in the hole on me before I even got Medicare. I still supposed to be paying 20% of that fucking shit every time I go to the fucking hospital, but they still haven't fucking done a damn thing except make my disease worse. Yeah, I can't do nothing about it except pray I don't die in my sleep, because so I don't go to sleep. Ugh. So, like I said, give the power of choice to the individual disabled, and then just compensate it with taxes. You watch how quickly this fucking shit turns economic, proficient, professional, and humane. All at once. Just because you took the single unipole authority law away from government, Nazi, communism, and you gave it back to the people where it belonged. Gave that power of freedom of choice back to the people where it belonged. When you took the asylums away without providing another form of access, you did the same thing. You stole from the disabled to provide more wealth for the rich. You took away my only option for treatment that I'll never be able to afford. That's the whole point of my illness. When you shut down the asylums, you took the responsibility of anything and everything that I cost the taxpayers on you. Took that freedom of choice away from me at birth with that Substance Abuse Act. Pay for it, bitch. Pay for it. And no, this ain't no neo-feminism, feminist little rant. No, this is real manliness. This is real, upright, holy, spirit-filled motivation. But this is what an activist does. And I made that decision, and when I make decisions like that, I make them seriously. I could change my decision, but I take that seriously as well. So, now I can feel less guilty and even more happy and self-prideful about smoking this and doing it right in front of the camera, because the taxpayers are paying me to do it. After paying me millions to get to this point, because they just simply wouldn't stop the stigma and give me access to the pills. This war on drugs is actually costing you as well as me, but I'm willing to pay for privilege. And I think that's the point. I'm willing to pay for privilege. You Nazis aren't. The doctor didn't pay for his privilege. He bought government authority. He bought himself into law making. He didn't earn it. He bought it. I'll never be able to buy that. So guess what I'm doing? Step by step, I'm earning it. Maybe one day I'll be a politician like I said that I was interested in about 5 or 6 years ago. I said I was interested in being a politician. I wasn't lying. I'm just a retard with a lot on my plate. But after I went in court a few times, well, then I can take those millions or billions of dollars I went in court on medical malpractice and against judge and police officers, and I can take that, reciprocate it into more lawsuits as needed, reciprocated into filing lawsuits for others in my position that are severe and laying around in prison being beaten by pedophiles. I'll start, again, an independent campaign of going after every doctor and every officer I've ever encountered that's ever violated any of my rights ever that I could ever recall, and one by one for the rest of my life. Every time I make more money is going back into my next lawsuit against my next victim. Okay? Then I can spend the money from that in any way I want and be proud of it, because every dollar I spend making my life happier, more comfortable, well earned, paid for by other people, and well appreciated by me. And anything I spend it on, as long as it's not to my detriment or any others in my position, again, technically is giving to charity. Technically is giving towards my activism. Going down and buying some fucking synthetic cannabis from a street dealer, coming back and smoking it in front of this camera, being paid by taxpayers to do it. And any problems that arise, I just call an ambulance, go to the hospital, and get it fucking taken care of on demand. And I'm gonna love and feel like I'm justified doing it because you did this to me. I don't think that came out quite the way I wanted it to. I don't care. Go buy some spice, come back, smoking in front of the camera, all the while being paid for it and supporting my activism. Like I said, I know how to cascade, buddy. I know how to build up, and then all of a sudden when it hits, bam, it's 4 or 5 things at once. And everybody's just like, wow, where the fuck did this shit come from? I've been building up in my head this whole time. I have to act normal while it's building up until pow. And wow. But normal people can't handle that type of shit. That's instability. Yeah. Welcome to my life. Yeah, but why don't you just make yourself stable? How far did you make it in the DSM-5? Talking to me like that. What does DSM stand for, doctor? You don't know? Click, camera. I just taught that. Medical malpractice and see in court. Bye. And I walk right out that door. That fucking shit goes straight to an attorney. And that's what I'll do. That's all I'll do. Just spend the rest of my life doing that. Walking in doctors' offices with a hidden fucking body cam or something. And just innocently and intently set them up for medical malpractice to see if they can pass the shit test of mental sanity or not. And any of them that can't pass that mental test of sanity, court. Oh, you're a good doctor? Buddy, you got all the praise in the world. I'll make sure the world knows about it. Next. Oh, medical malpractice? Court. Oh, you're a good doctor? Oh, I'm going to let the world know about it. Court. Oh, you're smart enough not to even get involved in this because you've seen me take so many doctors to court? Medical malpractice, I'm taking you to court too, bitch. Pretty soon they're going to have a lock on the door that you have to have a special card for to get access to keep people like me out of that place. Because that's all we're going to end up doing. Us bipolars are going to do is just shit test and sue the fuck out of you once we reach a certain level. And the best part is, you're also fucking crazy, you don't believe it. And we're so fucking crazy, but we know we're crazy that we know if we can believe it or not. And if we do believe it, it's going to happen. And if it's not, we're going to figure out why it didn't happen. Try again if it's feasible to make it happen a different way. That's why we are retarded, but we're geniuses. We'll fucking win in the end. So we're patient. Like I said, we just sit back and we just let you beat the fucking shit out of us and just act normal and be tough. And then when it's been too much, pow! Right in your fucking face, faggot. Oh. And you gotta love yourself for it or you're gonna hate yourself. Or that bipolarism. At least I'm hooked onto the right end of it. Right? Oh, Jojo, you addict! You just had a week old reburn synthetic cannabis! You addict! You need to go to prison, to rehab, and be tortured to death. Why am I an addict? Because you got substance use disorder. Why? Why do I have substance use disorder? Because you're a bad person. Hold on, how does all that make me a bad person? Because I'm doctor and I said so. Oh, that's how it works, huh? Wait a minute. Time out, humans. All right. Let's get back to basics. Okay? Let's get back to the basics, okay? Basic instructions before leaving Earth. There. Like I said, I'm sitting there repeating it in my head 100 times. I just couldn't speak it. I really got some bad tick seizure, a fucking catatonia, fucking crazy shit that, like I said, now that I've dropped this mask and watching myself on the camera all the time and allowing you to do the same, is just like, wow. I was so awesome at fluid movement because of my complexity, but it was at the cost of general functioning or high functioning, and it went on so long undetected that now it's burned into my brain. It's chronic. There's nothing I can do but live this fractured lifestyle as absolutely most enjoyable and least suffering as I can find any way to do so. That's what I owe myself for making it this far, this strong, this long. I owe it to myself. I really do. I owe myself the comforts of modern day living and the medicine, if I could ever get it delivered to my door by a drone, put on my electronic card that's paid for by the taxpayers, while I'm making millions off of the personal collections from the judge, police, and doctors and practitioners. And said maybe it's a pharmacist. I might start walking up in there, put my prescription in my pocket or something. Go up in there and be like, hey guy, look, my ride didn't show up a couple of days ago when I set out to take care of this prescription, so I didn't run out, because this is something I have to take every day, because this is a disorder I have. It's a prescription, right? Okay. Now, wow. Look, I literally took my last dose last night and got a ride this morning. He's right there. I have seizure disorder. I'm not allowed to drive. Okay. Now, can I get my prescription, please? Here's what it normally costs for the prescription every month. Okay, and if I don't walk out of here with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to miss 2 doses before I can get back here tomorrow to, I guess, try again. And he's going to be like, oh, all right, yeah. Okay, where's your prescription? Oh, it's right here. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't have the piece of paper on me. Shoot. I'm sorry. Like I said, I missed the dose this morning, and I got a brain disease. I missed part of my brain. But I really don't need to be missing 2 because I could really, have some real problems. This guy's, I'm 10 miles out of town. This guy's got to go, and he's going the other way. He's not coming back and forth for me. Just go get a piece of paper that, like, come on, look at my record. And in fact, double check to see if it's on there electronically, just to prevent this from happening if this happens. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I guess he forgot to hit enter or something because there's like something missing out of this this last form he sent, or he didn't send it. So just hand me a piece of paper and I'll get you them pills and everything will be fine. Like I said, I really just genuinely look. I just told you I don't have a driver's license. Here's my state ID. Look, I even got a marijuana card and everything. If you want to be me to be honest with you, being real about my disorder and disease. Okay, look, you know what I'm saying? This is a state card. It's not a driver's license because I have a seizure disorder. You see that I got prescriptions, regular, blah, blah, blah. If that doctor just forgot to hit enter or something, are you really going to have me miss 2 doses in a row now? Because somebody didn't show up a couple days ago. I solved it. But in the confusion and chaos, I forget a piece of paper, which is totally acceptable given my brain disease and disorder. Right? All right. But the problem is, without that piece of paper, there's nothing I can do. What are you talking about? Just do what you do every month and just give me the pills for the money. And look, I'll go right to the doctor, call him tomorrow, tell him to fucking hit that electronic send, or I'll put this in an envelope with a stamp and mail it to you. Because again, I live 10 miles out of town. I don't have a driver's license. You see, it took me a week to get here, and it was delayed by 2 days because just somebody didn't show up one day. I can't come back tomorrow or later today with this piece of paper, but I can send it to you in the mail in 3 days and do my best to get that doctor to send it to you electronically as soon as I get home. Sorry, there's nothing I can do. You understand, if I miss 2 doses with this seizure disorder, I'm likely to start having seizures, and there's going to be really nothing I can do but by the books except call an ambulance. And you understand that up to the point, I really have explained myself completely, realistically, and explained every asset of how this could be legitimate and just simply be, I just literally rushed out the door because somebody showed up to do something I've been trying to get done for 2 days with my disability, and the piece of paper just isn't in my pocket right now. Sorry, without that. Click. All right, so I go home. Sure enough, I'm having seizures. 911. Yeah, I just had 2 seizures in a row, and I'm afraid of having a third one. And by the book, you're required to send an ambulance out here, and I'm required an examination. That's the rules with my disorder and disease. All right. Ambulance in there, and yeah. Here's some malpresident. Cool. Thank you. Like I said, I'll go. In fact, I brought the piece of paper with me this time, so I can walk out of here and walk to the pharmacy in the morning and go home with, and find a ride. Go home with the medications that don't happen again. Oh no, we're keeping you here for at least 72 hours, and you're going to the lockdown. Why? You just stabilized my condition with that dose, but you haven't taken the dose yet. I know, but it's right there. Oh no, it's in that long ass needle. Oh, come on, please. I look at me. I'm about to urinate myself and have I'm fucking seizing up right here. Please don't. Just give me the pill and just examine. Just watch me for a half hour to make sure I don't become a meth addict and start raping babies, man. Please. Oh, the way you're getting all fucking twitchy and shaky, you look like an addict. No, I'm a dependent medically, legitimately, because of a brain disease and disorder, but I'm not an addict. Okay, I'm not asking you to do a whole bunch of things. I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I am coming to the emergency room and asking you for a replacement dose of the correct medication so I don't miss too many doses in a row and have a return of onset of seizures. After you do that and I walk out of here stabilized, you're off the hook because that's the way. Come on, that's the way you fucking treat me up to this point. So you're off the hook. What the fuck you gotta worry about? Do what you're supposed to do, doctor. Oh, he's under Baker Act. Officers, hold him down. That's like, all because I legitimately just misplaced a piece of paper out of my pocket. So 3-4 days later, I'm just like no medication at all until I get back to the pharmacy, get my pills, and go home. I'm just gonna sit here and seize up and wait it out and act normal. So I'm there 3, 4, 5 days, 2 weeks, whatever, until they either give up or whatever. And so I go home, and at that point, my seizures and insomnia have gone back to the regular biologics life set cycle. And I'd be like, well, I'm tired but wired again like I've been my whole life. Do I really want to get back on that benzodiazepine, get back into a regular cycle, just to have some little slip like this happen that's genuinely admissible and not my fault, and I end up in the ER in a mental hospital for 2 fucking weeks without medication, when all my symptoms return, and now I don't even know if I want to take the medication again because I don't want this all to happen again because I just forgot a damn piece of paper in the excitement of having someone show up to do a job that someone else failed to do for me to help cope with my disability. Society failed me, and now you're part of society failing me as well. And then I went to the hospital, and they hit me with that psychotropic, and instead of just giving me that pill and letting me go home to take care of it in the morning, I'm just like, and then have millions and thousands and millions of dollars to spend on this whole fucking episode when that pharmacist could have just been like, tell you what, I'll give you a week of it, you know what I'm saying? Or you got a clean track record, here's a month, just be extra careful next month. You know, or what? No, he's gonna sit there and call all that fucking shit because he doesn't have that piece of paper, and anything happens to you at all, the world will come crashing down on him. That's some fuck shit right there. No wonder it cost thousands of dollars so I just slipped up and legitimately forgot a piece of paper due to my disability, which is exactly what I'm treating. Oh, so thousands of dollars, weeks spent in panic and terror, unmedicated, not even sure if I want to get back on the medication because this whole thing is just going to happen again the next time I slip and forget a piece of paper or something. Although these doctors are forgetting to even look up my fucking record before denying me the fucking medication in the first place. Oh! The hypocrisy just knows no end. The hypocrisy knows no end. And that's something I saw the other day on the internet, and I love the hell out of it, was, yeah, here it is. Difference between genius and stupidity is genius has its limit. Amen. Amen. I saw that and a crown on the top of that, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. I am the champion of that right there. Limit. Has limit. And recognizes it stays within it. Oh, I'm just leaving that right there. That's just too. Ooh, that. Ooh, that's a good thing about that coffee. It does get me to finally give up and make something to eat. Do you see how easy it would be for me to starve to death or to hydrate to death in jail or prison? I've almost done it a couple of times. I'm not kidding. I've gone 72 hours plus without food and barely any water just because I wanted to punish them for putting me in jail. And I figured, what better way to punish them than to live this innocent life of torture and victimization from childhood abuse, just to have sat there quietly protesting, slowly and torturously committing my own suicide by food and hydration deprivation. But my willingness to sacrifice like that, I guess I found favor, continue to find favor with God, continue to be open-minded to change, following His plan for my future, not mine. And so He's granted me this life, and I'm thankful and continue to worship and serve Him. This is what I said. Genius has its limit, but it's a well-recognized limit. Just talked about my religion. And so what's the first thing I do? And I'm doing this intentionally now because I'm in front of the camera putting on a show live. I am kind of putting a little bit of a performance on, but it's a genuine performance, if that makes any sense. All of my personalities are genuine performances of myself. There's just a lot of different ones. That's that multiple personality stuff. Dang, this might be the last fucking hit I get. And see, this is what I'm getting at. You want to talk about some fucking crazy, batshit crazy shit? Why am I able to sit here, talk about my religion, and then go over here and take a hit of some drugs, some street drugs, and actually feel accomplished doing it? Because, like I said, genius has its limit. I realize this is just a substance. This is just a body. It's not altering my mind. It's just altering my body's perception of the world around me. And that has nothing to do with religion. Nothing to do with spirituality. Nothing to do with my dedication to serving God and my faith in Him that allows me the attitude of servitude to begin with. So this means nothing. But I'm doing it in front of you just to fucking prove a point. All the while I'm making a secondary point at the exact same time. That genius has its limit. But this is it. I know that this is limited to my physical body, not my emotional one. I know that my spiritual, emotional body has nothing other than neuron connections to do with this. That's why drugs aren't good or bad. The people are. Oh, this one tastes terrible. Yeah. Oh. You gotta embrace yourself if you wanna be happy. Let's start off with this. Okay. Let's have our political debate. I go to that pharmacist. Here's my wallet, ID, proving I'm an adult and American. Here's my electronic debit card provided to me by the government for my disability with funds on it in excess of what I need to pay for this medication. All right? So, can we avoid a hospital, inpatient hospitalization and torture and cost by selling me those pills, doc? Pharmacist? We should call him is a fucking Nazi. He's gonna be like, no. Oh, like I said, no emotion. Just be Dr. Pan here. I pretend, okay, I'm gonna be that Chinese doctor going to a fucking pharmacist to avoid missing 2 doses in a row and most likely ending up in the emergency room and or mental hospital for a while. Just because he slipped, somebody showed up last minute unexpected to offer him a ride he's been waiting for 2 days. Like I said, totally explainable, totally makes perfect sense. Not this ain't some guy coming out of nowhere with a digital copy he made on a printer that he took a month to meticulously create and even print himself a diploma or something. You know what I'm saying? And they went in and hacked into the cyber system to make that a legitimate electronic diploma and this degree school, and then went and cyberbullied these people into witnessing that he actually did attend there and he's a great doctor or whatever, and just did all this fucking crazy shit to come up in here and refill my prescription at the last minute because I tried to do it ahead of time like a responsible person, but somebody else. It's this irresponsibility. You know what I'm saying? So, can we avoid all this? Just get the pills and, like I said, I'll even do the extra step and mail it to you. The moment I get home, it'll be in an envelope, in the mailbox with flag up. Next time mailman comes by, on its way to you. And I'll even write you a letter. Thanks. Put it on your wall, a plaque. For advertisements, custom, whatever, promotion. You're going to be like, no. Okay. Why? Why can't I refill my prescription? Well, because you don't have proof that you're allowed to refill the prescription. Well, what do you mean? Clean track record, clean record of prescription, clean record of picking them up at the same time. No other records of me getting anything from anywhere else or even seeing any of the doctors. I can pass a clean drug screen except for this medication that I'm supposed to have. Okay, what other proof do you need? I've got to have your doctor's verification. Well, technically you do. No, I mean like every time you come in here, he has to have a fresh, new opinion that you can keep taking this medication. Why? Well, because it might cause addiction. Yeah, so I'm over that. It might cause dependence. It is dependent. I am dependent on it. I have a disease it treats. So what? Well, right there, that's why we need the proof from the doctor, because you're dependent on it. Actually, you're really fucking shit up because I am dependent on it, and we both just admitted it. You should be giving me those pills right now with or without that piece of paper. And for you to not do it, I believe you're violating my rights under under the American with Disabilities Act, or you're guilty of medical malpractice. I'll go talk to attorneys, see if that wins. And here's my argument. All right, I don't have a piece of paper with a, what do we call that? Public, educated, and opinionated pill vendor decider, personal decider, without his schizophrenic opinion, his Nazi opinion, his biased opinion, his prejudiced opinion. You can't just simply sell me those pills, rely on the fact that I'm going to send you the piece of paper that I'm just, again, totally justifiably missing and am in no capacity to do anything about, except go to the emergency room, possibly mental hospital for a while because you want some of that pill. Well, that's the law. The law. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let's see if it's the law. All right. Let me make this real simple. Do you follow rules at home and school? Well, God gave us rules too. We call God's rules the 10 Commandments. God first gave his rules to the Israelites who were slaves in Egypt. One day, God spoke to Moses through a burning bush. God told Moses to lead the Israelites to a new land and freedom. So far, I haven't broken any laws. And so far, he just broke one of the 10 Commandments. This pharmacist just broke one of the 10 Commandments. All right, let's continue. God held back the waters of the sea. The Israelites walked out of Egypt to freedom. That's a really good parody of this situation. Oh, I love philosophy and theology and spirituality. Okay, God held back the waters of the sea. The Israelites walked out of Egypt to freedom. And remember, my name is Joshua. I am the son of what I portray as a character of Moses, my father. He did. God is holding back the waters. And he allows the Israelites into the land of freedom because he got to walk out of Egypt. I think that's, like I said, a thing about my dad. Without that foundation, I'd never be able to lead the children to the land of freedom. Because remember, I don't believe Moses ever, I'm pretty sure Moses never made it. So that's where his son Joshua picked up. Amen? All right, excuse me. God took care of his people. He sent food called manna for them to eat. One day, God called Moses to come to the top of Mount Sinai. Moses walked up and up and up until he was at the top of the mountain, and then Moses met God. Moses could not see God. God was hidden thick in a cloud. But Moses heard God. God wrote 10 rules on 2 stone tablets. We call these the 10 Commandments. These are God's rules. There is only one God. Bow down to no one but God. Speak God's name with respect. Give one day each week to God. Respect your parents. Do not murder. Or do not kill in vain. Be faithful to your family. Do not steal. I haven't stolen anything from anyone. And they get away with murder and pedophilia. Do not lie. Do not want what others have. Amen. These are God's 10 commandments. These are the rules we follow at school and at play. We're so lost as a species, people. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, uh, I've done really good at following those 10 commandments. In fact, I've been excellent at it. And you have to be if you want to be filled with the Holy Spirit and be righteous. You know, it really is a full circle approach to healing, and being able to face anything. Oh, I had something to say, but whatever. What do they call that? Oh well, that ain't up to me. I don't care. Oh yeah, what I'm talking about. I really have got these down, especially that last one. Do not want what others have. Well, guess what? I want that others don't have, and that I really have indirectly achieve, and one day will wholly achieve. You know what that is? What I want that others don't have? Freedom from complacency. Freedom from self-hatred. So, These are the laws. So I say again, pill vendor, you really got to make me suffer seizure episodes because of 2 missed doses in a row because of a justifiable reason of misplacing a piece of paper. Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Why? Because I'm liable for anything you do if I hand you these pills without that doctor's permission. If I have that doctor's permission, then I'm not liable for anything you do. The doctor is. That's honestly why I won't sell you these pills. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think you're breaking some laws. Oh, no, look. According to Article 316.16917 of subparagraph C of subsection Article 16 of subcategory 10 says anything with these chemicals are this classification, okay? This classification is a subcategory of this Control Act, and it's in this tier, this category, and it's automatic 10-year imprisonment. But no wonder you're fucking afraid to sell me that pill. Either one of us could go to prison for 10 years if you gave me that pill without that piece of paper. So you broke a commandment. Bow down to no one but God. You're not doing that. You're breaking a commandment. You're breaking the law, buddy. How? Your God is the government, not the God from the Bible. Broke one of the 10 commandments. All right? The fact that you didn't get it and you brought that up to shit test me means you didn't speak God's name with respect. You broke 2 of them in a row. Obviously, you're disoriented because you can accept the fact that I have my God, but also accept the fact that you are going to worship a different God called the government. So, there is only one God. You broke the first commandment right there. Now you got all 3 in a row. Give 1 day a week to God? I didn't even fucking check you on that. I already know you don't. Respect your parents? No way. Ain't no way you respect your parents with the way you're treating this child abuse victim that got adopted and saved by Christianity. No way you respect your parents if you're going to do this to someone that was saved by some awesome parents, because you're doing them the worst disservice in the world. So there's no way you have respect for parents. So you broke 5 of them in a row. Let's keep going, pill vendor. Do not kill. Do not murder. Do not, kill in vain. Do not take someone's life. If I die in my sleep having seizures tonight, because I missed 2 doses in a row, and I was incapable of getting on that phone to call that ambulance, it cost me 2 weeks of my precious life of torture and assault and assimilation, just to get the fucking pill that you won't sell me because of the newspaper right now. So, number 6, you fucking committed murder. You just intentionally put my life in grave medical danger because you serve multiple gods and one of them is the government. It is what it is, pill vendor. So now you're 6 out of 10. Be faithful to your family. Well, guess what? When I confided in you with my mental disease and illness, and you accepted that role as a healthcare provider, you became part of my family. The opposite of faithful. You abandoned the fucking shit out of me and abused the fucking shit out of me, just like those abusive parents that abandoned me and left me up for adoption. Do not steal. Don't even have to fucking shit test you on that. You already done did that. Do not lie. You already done did that. When I asked, what law are we breaking? And you said 15 different laws on these 20 different pages of this 1,000,000-page law book. No, I said, what law are we breaking? None of them. How many of these have you broken so far? And if you say anything but the right answer, you just fucking double checked yourself into 9 out of 10 so far. So far, we ain't even done the evaluation, doctor, pill vendor, pharmacist, police officer, judge, policymaker. Do not want what others have. You all want what I have so bad. To be real and presentable and unique and passionate and empowered and innocent through all of the extremes of torture and abuse that all of you humans could have put on to me. You all want that so bad, and I want the last thing in the world I want to be is like you. So I haven't broken a single law, and you just broke all 10 of them. Have a nice day, Nazi. All right. About 2 hours. Let's do this again.